Fight announcements. On June 14, Andrei Petroski will face Edmund Shabazian. Edmund Shabazian has been active in the UFC lately with a mixed record of a few wins and a few losses. His last fight in February of this year was a first-round TKO win over Dylan Budka. On the other hand, Andrei Petroski has had 3 fights recently and won all 3 by decision. His last fight was also in February this year where he defeated Rodolfo Vieira also by decision. Makhachev vs Brandon Royval are scheduled to face off on June 28 in Las Vegas at UFC 317. Makhachev comes into the fight with 2 wins including a victory over Almabaeva by technical knockout in March. On the other hand, Brandon Royval also has 2 recent victories including a victory over Tatsuro Taira by decision in October of last year. Josh Emmett wants to derail Lerone Murphy. Lerone Murphy enters this fight with a perfect record of 15 wins and no losses. While Josh Emmett had his last fight on December 17, 2023, where he defeated Bryce Mitchell with an outstanding knockout in the first round. Josh Emmett says he will defeat Murphy and hand him his first loss of his career, and with that victory, he might be able to fight for the title. Josh Emmett has a message for Lerone Murphy. The hype ends here.
Yes, it's great to be here. It's exciting that it's fight week. The last fight week I had was December of 23, so I'm here, I'm ready, I'm excited to put on a show Saturday night. Yeah, besides just traveling, a hobby of my wife and I is, I've just been focused on getting back to 100%, hence the long layoff. I focus on, I feel like I owe it to my coaches, myself first and foremost, my wife, my family, the UFC, just to be 100%, and that's what I've been working on. All the time has been great, taking that time off. When I was just getting into the sport, it's like you would almost do too much. So now I'm telling these younger fighters to kind of like relax, even though they're capable of doing that. I think at least for me, the longevity of my career has been just recovery. So in finding the right recipe. So I do a lot of one-on-ones with my coaches, and I work with a ton of different strength coaches, therapists, and all these things. So it's almost like I do a recovery session per session I do.
Javier Mendez on Umar Nurmagomedov's loss. After the controversial decision that saw Merab Dvalishvili walk away with the victory, Mendez didn't hold back. He believes Umar actually won 3 out of 5 rounds, despite what the judges scored. But it was the final round that sealed his fate.
So when I come back and I see him, he comes in, I go into the room and I see his hand, and you look at his hand here, and this finger's all the way down here, broken, and I'm like, my eyes just got really wide, like, whoa.
Oh my God.
What the heck, and he was, I just said to him, I said what I felt. I said, you know what, Umar? I felt, in my opinion, I felt you won 3 out of the 5 rounds, and maybe I'm being biased, but I felt in the 5th round, the reason why you didn't win is because he showboated his way to winning that. Like,
yes.
He acted like the victor where you were tired, and that's why I feel he basically took it from you because you led him, but I felt you won, because when you're looking on damage and this and that, but when it comes to presence, he definitely got that. He definitely got that. So, but the actual damage that he did was nothing compared to what Umar did.
Makhachev submits the young fighter who spent 2 to 3 years in Dagestan. In the video circulating on social media, Makhachev can be seen toying with him and effortlessly finishing him on the ground with a very funny move.
Германии пацан проехал на обучающий проверить.
Chandler is set to finish Paddy Pimblett. Michael Chandler just dropped a bomb. He's ready to finish Paddy Pimblett. Not fight him, finish him. Some say Chandler sees Paddy as an easy payday. Others think he's just tired of waiting on McGregor. He shared on his Instagram how his fight preparations are progressing and said that at UFC 314, he's coming to steal the show and potentially take the knockout of the night.
Today is officially the second to last sparring session
of the camp. The last 2 sparring sessions are essentially a dress rehearsal, a dry run, head geared up, making sure I don't get cut, going through my game plan, going with a training partner who's going to somewhat emulate the opponent. And also this last week of training, as the fight gets closer, the camp gets easier and I can enjoy the fruits of my labor. So write down the things that you need to get done. Write down the person that you want to become. Write down the person that you don't want to be. Put the work in, make a plan, and hold the standard that you set for yourself. These training camps are all about holding the standard that I set for myself. And once I get to the point where I have held the standard for long enough, at the very beginning, it was labored and it was hard and it was painful and it was tough to hold the standard, but then eventually it becomes commonplace. Eventually it becomes second nature, and eventually you start living your standard every single day. So I'm excited about this fight. Tune in April 12th, UFC 314, Miami, Florida, Paddy Pimblett, 5-round co-main event. I'm coming to steal the show, coming for performance of the night, knockout of the night, and then I got some sick call-outs. God bless. I'll see you at the top.
Ben Askren said that Sean O'Malley shouldn't enter a rematch with Merab. Ben Askren thinks that if O'Malley loses, it will impact his career, and the defeat could affect the hype since fans were not satisfied with this fight.
And honestly, for Sean, if you look at his skill set and who he is, I kind of think this is a bad move. If he gets beat up by Merab again, then he loses a whole bunch of attraction, because it's like, well, you already lost to the champ twice, so until the champ goes away, they're not going to give you a third shot against him. He could have fought some maybe lower ranked guys and just looked, against guys who can't take him down. He kind of looks like a real freaking superstar, right? He's really exciting, very diverse striking attack. So he could look really good, built the fight back up into something bigger, but now I feel like everyone is feeling like...
Jack Della Maddalena calls Belal boring. Jack Della Maddalena and Belal Muhammad will face off for the title in May at UFC 315. In an interview with Fox Sports, Maddalena said, "I really think his fighting style is very boring, but just like me, winning is his top priority. I'm a more dangerous fighter, and that's why I believe I'll beat him. I think I can take the title, and do so in style with an incredible finish." He also added, "I believe that at first, he'll try to stand and fight, but once he gets hurt and realizes he has no chance there, I think he'll switch to his game plan and try to safely secure the victory." Cejudo feels that Merab will finish O'Malley. Cejudo claims that Merab was excellent last time and that if he takes the same approach to the fight as he did then, Merab will be able to finish O'Malley this time before it goes to the judge's decision.
Yeah, well, I think, I think we all knew it, bro. It's, Sean O'Malley was going to get his rematch. It was the right thing to do to protect him, but I just feel like Sean has to get it done within the first 2 rounds.
What do you mean protect him? What are you trying to say?
But yeah, he's being protected, dude. Like, after getting 50-45, does somebody really deserve a rematch after getting 50-45 Kamaru Dean? Like, no, you got 50-45, get in the back of the motherfucking line and fight the Triple C. But he's not gonna get that. But the UFC, they like him. They like the teeny poppers. Like they want to get into that new generation. What's that new generation called? Generation X? What is it? Generation Z? Yeah.
Alpha? Is it Alpha?
No, hell, don't ever say that. I hope they don't fucking. Anyways, Generation Z. But Merab Dvalishvili he's pretty much gonna do the same thing. Level change, strike. Maybe give up the first round and bring in the takedowns. It's the same thing. Okay, the question is, to me, Kamaru, could a guy like Sean O'Malley hit him to the body early, crack him to the face to get rid of him? He did hurt him to the body, I want to say in the 5th, and that's an indicator, man, the body could be open. And I think if Merab starts getting hit to the body, the fights he's gonna really pick up the pace. I can see Merab Dvalishvili actually stopping him this time around and just getting on top of him, just grinding upon him to a pulp.
Strickland disrupts Zoom call with Meta. Strickland and Nina Drama had a Zoom call with a Facebook employer regarding their new partner Meta. However, it seems that Strickland wasn't really that interested. Here's how it looked.
Why is he brushing his teeth? Oh yeah, we'll get the old name. Did you have a Facebook that was taken down too, or no?
I have a Facebook now through that account, but I just use it to buy motorcycles and shit. But like, I don't really go on Facebook. Did you have a Facebook?
Oh, I work at Facebook.
But do you have a Facebook? Dude, I'm trying to do fucking better, man.
Well, yeah, and dental hygiene's important as well. That's another thing we're all working on.
Yeah, you fucking cut across 3 lanes. Sorry, just fucking cut across 3 fucking lanes.
Are you okay?
No, I mean, I had to like slam on my fucking brakes.
Before we leave, you gotta join Threads though. That's the big one.
No.
What's Threads? Give me some money, dude. I'll be pro Threads. But until then, dude, I'm gonna get fucking canceled. They're gonna cancel that, and then it's trying to spill over to my account. I love the gram.
People love
I
you.
love the
dude.
gram. I'm the gram, dude. I love the gram. I'm about the gram. It's fun to go on there and post. I'm like, hey, this is me and my up life.
Merab Dvalishvili responded to Sean O'Malley about the praise he received. Here's what Sean said about Merab in one of the episodes of his podcast.
Merab is a funny dude. Like I said, if we weren't in this situation,
he does not like you.
We would be.
He hates you.
I understand why. And I shouldn't have said his nose was big.
You guys can hash it out.
But people have called you skinny before.
And it kind of fucks me up.
Yeah, and people call me a carrot head, redhead, and it's just like.
Yeah, I think he was just saying.
People say, hey, what's your game plan against Sean? Hey, he's skinny. His legs are skinny. Let's take his legs. Let's take him down.
And you were saying punch his nose.
I said his head's big, his nose big. We're going to punch
But
him.
he was like, you can't say that because you're the coach. I think it was a little
took in the heart too heavy.
Yeah, it was a little. I mean, if his coach said I was a skinny little fucking Fruit Loop, I wouldn't feel any.
Yeah, many coaches have.
Yeah, but he's overall, Merab's just doing his thing, living his life.
And he's from a different country. You never know.
Merab responded to this on his Instagram profile, posting the clip with the message. He jokingly said, "Cut it out, motherfucker. Go back to talking shit. I need to be mad about you again." Tom Aspinall defeats his coach. Tom Aspinall shared this video on his Instagram with the message, "Character is power. Sorry, coach." We've reached the end of today's video. Thank you for being here. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment to get featured in the next one. Thanks again, and see you in the next video.